In case you haven't heard, a lot has changed on campus. New programs, new schedules, and new projects. But that's not what makes us who we are. We're different, loud, quirky, creative, competitive, and always adaptable. From pep rallies to house rivalries, we compete like a family. Because whether you're north, east, south, or west, we're all one community. We don't run from change. We embrace it. We embrace the chaos, challenges, and the magic of it all. Because after all, we are still IPoly.
Welcome to this week's episode of IPoly. This is a special episode with me, your host, Mr. West, and our other special host, Mr. Strand. Hi, IPoly. Mr. Strand, I've been hearing a lot of rumors about an IPoly theater production. Can you tell us about that? Well, the rumors are true. Let's go out to this IPoly student to find out more.
Rumors is a 1988 farce by playwright Neil Simon about four couples who attend a 10th wedding anniversary party, where the host has shot himself. As the guests arrive, they try to cover up the incident, leading to a series of escalating misunderstandings and comedic chaos. The play is a classic example of a farce with a contemporary setting.
Hi, I'm here with
Sean Strand.
What do you hope your audience takes away from this?
I hope they laugh because it's a very funny play. We've got a lot of people who are new to the IPoly stage that haven't been in a main stage production before, and a lot of really good, talented people. So I'm really looking forward to hopefully hearing a lot of laughter.
What are some challenges you've faced so far?
Honestly, this has gone really smoothly. The cast has been super professional. Obviously, learning lines is always a challenge. Building the set, which we're doing right now, is a bit of a challenge because we're trying to turn the entire NPR stage into a large living room of a fancy house. So we're basically building a house in the NPR.
And when is the show going to be?
It's November 7th and 8th. So 2 shows on November 7th at 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. and then on November 8th, which is a Saturday, at 7 p.m.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
you,
you.
Mr. Chan.
Thank you.
Last Friday was actually Halloween, and at IPoly, it was Scare Fair. Mr. Strand, didn't you dress up for Scare Fair? I did. I dressed up as a witch. How would you rate yourself as a witch? 10 out of 10. Awesome. I say we go and see what other students rate other costumes.
What's up, IPoly? I'm Lathan.
I'm Kaylee.
And we're at Scare Fair. So today we're going to be rating people's costumes.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
And we're just going to be going around Scare Fair and showing you guys what it's about. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Hey, rate your costume on a scale of 1 to 10.
Oh, I think it's cool.
Okay. Can you rate this guy's costume on a scale of 1 to 10?
I can't see it. Like a 6.7?
A 6.7? Okay, wait, no, come back. What would you rate your own costume on a scale of 1 to 10?
Like a 7.6?
Thank you. What would you rate this person's costume on a scale of 1 to 10?
Oh, that's Noah. That's like a 3 out of 10.
What would you rate your own costume?
This is like a 10 out of 10, y'all. Come on. Let's be real.
Okay, hold on. Hi, what would you rate this person's costume on a scale of 1 to 10?
Well, given that that's my sidekick, I'd probably give him like a solid 7.5, 8 out of 10.
What would you rate your own costume on a scale of 1 to 10?
Oh, this is a 10 out of 10. I mean, come on. White eyes?
What would you rate this guy's costume on a 1 through 10?
Oh my god. Okay. It's the details that set this one apart. The eyes, the fact that he thickened his neck to look more like Batman. I give that 11 out of 10. This is one of the S tier costumes this year.
Okay. And what would you rate your own costume?
This is D tier. This is borderline trash. It's actually falling apart. Trash in my trash can has lasted longer than this costume has lasted on me. D tier if I'm being generous.
Okay. Do you mind if I get a photo?
I don't mind at all. Let's do it.
Thank you, Mr. McKinney. All right, what would you rate Mr. McKinney's costume on a 1 through 10?
I mean, for extra credit, I'm gonna give it a 10. Love Mr. McKinney. Love Eeyore. And yeah.
All right, so what would you rate your own costume?
Oh, a 10. All right, look, ready?
Okay.
The straps, Amazon. The jeans, Amazon. The shirt, Amazon. The glasses, guess where they're from?
Amazon. And that's it for Scare Fair, guys. Hope you guys had fun. But before we go, Kaylee, what would you rate my costume?
Like a 3. What would you rate my costume?
I give it a 0. Let's go back to news desk.
IPoly's known for their houses, north, south, east, and west. And in fact, Mr. Strand, what house are you?
West House!
I'm gonna have to concur. Probably the best house. Obviously, West House is the best house for obvious reasons, but Mr. Strand, let's find out more about how the houses of IPoly came to be.
We're currently driving to International Polytechnic High School, and the reason why we're going here is because there is a rumor that there's 4 haunted houses. The thing about these houses is that they have names north, west, south, and east, and there's a legend that these names came from a teacher that was called Mr. North. The legend has it that there was a teacher called Mr. North, and his wife would come to substitute occasionally. To tease her and mock her, they used to call her Miss South, because her husband was Mr. North. They also wouldn't help that one of the staff, Mr. West, would also occasionally substitute. So eventually you had 3 classrooms, one taught by Mr. North, Miss South, and Mr. West. So naturally the 4th one became East. That's the legend. We're gonna go interview some teachers right now. We're gonna interview some staff, and we're gonna see if that is true. Alright, so as you can see, our mics turned off once we started filming on campus. There is truly something sinister and sneaky happening here. We went inside to interview Mr. West, the one from the myth. This is basically how it went. Is the myth true?
No.
Our mics started working after that. Okay, so Mr. West completely threw out that myth into the water. Hello, fellow IPoly students.
Hi.
We wanted to ask you a question. We're trying to figure out the history of the houses. Do you guys know?
I actually don't.
I'm assuming it came from like northeast, south, and west or something.
That's what we thought too, but no.
I thought, didn't like Chadjun see it? Like what?
Alright, so those students were not helpful at all. So we're gonna go ahead and see if there's a teacher that can give us some more info on how the houses started. Okay, so this is Miss Tennis's classroom. We're gonna interview her next. We're gonna see if she knows. Mrs. Tennis, nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. We had a little question for you. We're trying to figure out the history of the houses. Can you tell us how they started?
From my understanding, there was only 3 houses because in the upper grades there was only 3 subjects. English and history were taught by the same person. And then the lower grades had all 4, north, south, east, west. And then when the numbers for the school got higher, we had the 4th teacher added to the upper grades. Then English, they all wanted to be North House, so they were all aligned. There was kind of a decision that all of the subjects wanted to be aligned because English was all aligned. So all of the math teachers became East House, all history became West House, science became all South House, and then of course North House was English.
Who actually made the concept of the houses?
That's a very interesting question, and I would probably have to go to Miss Cancino's room because that was a few years before me, and I would have to look that up.
So Miss Cancino can help us?
I believe so.
Let's see if Mrs. Tennis is right about Miss Cancino knowing the true history of the houses. Okay, so we got Miss Cancino right here behind us. She apparently is going to take us to a scrapbook that she has of the history of the houses, how the houses came to be.
What I have is probably the historian on IPoly's campus. It's actually a book of the history of IPoly. All of the teachers here used to have this. So let's look inside and let's see if we can find it.
Unfortunately, Miss Cancino couldn't find a document revealing the origin of the houses. However, she still had her own testimony on its purpose.
When I first came to IPoly, I was told that the original vision of this school was that the grade level teachers that started with the students in 9th grade would move with those students all through high school. So they would move into 10th grade with the same students, 11th grade, and they would finish with the seniors and then return back to freshman year.
So ultimately, the houses were not like some big IPoly culture thing that started with teachers. It was just a way to track and measure which teachers were going to be in which grade. So if you were in North House 9th grade, then you were going to be a teacher in North House 10th grade and then North House 11th grade.
Yeah, and we would roll all the way up.
So yeah, the origin of the houses is not some big myth. It was actually just a way to label and organize the classes because the teachers were going to stay with their students for every year. It's an interesting concept, and I think I would have liked it. Like, imagine having Miss Cancino teaching seniors right now. That would be cool. Anyways, back to News Desk.
Many of you may have heard of this new fad called TikTok, but within TikTok, there's actually something else, cup stacking. Let's find out who the fastest cup stacker cupper is at IPoly.
Viral challenges, they're viral for a reason. They're fun, they're engaging, and they help people connect. Here's an example of one actually. This is the Viral Cup Challenge. Basically what you gotta do is you gotta run over to the cups, you gotta stack them onto the stack of cups at the beginning, and once you get to the end and you stack the final cup, you win. But before we move on to the actual challenge, let's dive into a little history behind these viral challenges. One of the most memorable viral challenges is the Gallon Challenge, which came all the way back from 1997. You chugged a gallon of milk in under an hour and you weren't allowed to throw up. Another viral challenge was the Cinnamon Challenge, where you had to eat a whole tablespoon of cinnamon without coughing it up. This challenge was first documented in 2001, but became more popular around 2012 when it became a viral sensation across YouTube. And lastly, the very challenge we're doing in this segment, the Cup Race Challenge. It started going viral this year actually. The strategy behind this challenge is to start from the back of the cups and move along the line until you reach the beginning. But enough explaining for now. Let's see how our contestants do.
And for our challenge, we're doing the cup race. 3, 2, 1, go! New champion right here.
What's up? I'm Nate, and I'm tired.
As this very special episode of IPoly comes to an end, Mr. Strand, any final words or thoughts?
Yes, don't forget to buy your tickets to IPoly Theater Production Rumors today at 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. Tomorrow, Saturday at 7 p.m. Only $15 cheaper than a movie.